Before we wander on into the episode, I just want to make sure that everyone goes out there and hits up the YouTube, check out the Spotify, check out Apple, wherever you're listening or watching to this podcast, is to go down, like it, subscribe, hit the bell if it's YouTube. Make sure you're getting those reminders. We do put these out every week. So make sure you do all that. It helps us out. And in the long run, we can make better things. So again, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff.
We can wander our way over, because this is Wandering Ways.
What's Bigfoot possibility? Hit the freaking record.
Yeah, why not?
But no, so here's what I'm talking about. So it goes into the puffins, and then notice, look, it starts to get really kind of wonky.
Well,
But
fuck, you're
it's this
blowing in the
next,
wind too.
this
Oh,
one right here would have been really, really cool. But
hell
because it's
yeah.
all kind of scratched up like that, or even this one too, like
Yeah.
it's not really usable when you go to edit it. Because look, even here, and then this is like the part that is used is like right at the end there.
Yeah. That's where I
But it's
fucking
just not it's not the best. It didn't process very well.
that's where I get this little raspberry on my fucking hip that's still fucking brown from
Yeah.
that.
But I mean overall it turned out really, really
Oh,
good.
I loved it watching it.
Yeah.
I honestly think it was really well. Good footage of the trip. It really was one of those trips I'm glad you did do that on. I'm
Hmm.
upset at myself, and I think I say this a few times, for not getting the like footage of um like more of just like the doing, like on that little walk we took, like in
Oh
that town we
yeah,
took
like the
like
that behind the scene kind of stuff.
right. And I wish I would
Yeah.
have done that. You know what I mean? Like I wish I would have and I think that's kind of where with this footage and with this recording, like with these longer term episodes, I think I want to go with the change of the social media. Like right
Hmm.
now, the Rougarou is sitting dry. She's up for sale in Oregon if you want to buy her, but the account itself is sitting dry on Instagram. I don't really have much to go off of. And I don't know kind of which way I want to take it. And I think I want to take it to that, like, how can we make the wanderers feel like they're a part of the journey and feel like they're riding shotgun with us, And I think there was some of those moments, especially in that van. We should have probably, like, I brought my GoPro. I should have put it in the van and just said, let's charge it and keep it recording. Keep it recording. We might catch something good.
Yeah, for sure. I think we missed out on a lot of van possibilities, footage wise. Because I
But
mean
we're
we
also
didn't even
exhausted.
yeah. I mean the only video I think we have of it is that Super 8 stuff.
No, it was. I think I that and the front seat of when I'm like in that town that first night, and I'm like, here's the horses, and then here's Mark making a peanut butter and jelly.
Oh.
Right. Um, it was yeah, that I think that's the only footage I took of that van. And photos, like, didn't even take, well, outside of it, but like inside the van. Like I think like that kind of stuff, because like people ask like, what'd that look like? What was that like? It's like it would be easy to just be like, here's a photo. I didn't take that photo.
Yeah, 100%. No,
But
I get that. But anyways, let's cheers, my guy.
clink.
Clink, click, clack. We've been yammering on, turned on the old record button just to see what happens. But no, welcome everybody to another episode of the Wandering Ways podcast. It is the Reverend Mark with me per usual, Ranger Zach, absolutely celebrating an awesome time. It's a little late, not gonna lie. I think we're like 4 weeks, 3, 4 weeks late on this one, but we are celebrating
Typical.
going into our third year of the podcast, which is low key impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I knew we would make it because I think like at the end of the day, even today, like I'm having a garage sale today and I'm out there talking to people, tell them about the podcast. It's like, yeah, like, no, I'm getting rid of my sports stuff to help pay for like going to things. Like I love traveling. Like I said, I just went to Iceland. I said, you see these photos of the lighthouses. I was just up there, like I enjoy that kind of stuff. And I enjoy talking about it and I enjoy telling stories. And I think that's something, and this is you and I keep up to date with each other kind of through here, but I don't know. I think there's something to the 3 years. Uh that's just, I mean, it's good. I mean, we've known each other for about almost 10 now. I mean, probably, yeah, around
Something
then.
like that, I
Around now,
think.
you were trying to recruit me to join a fraternity 10 years ago, sometime about now.
Was it then?
That was like November, but I like to round up,
Yeah.
by the time the we're fine. We're late on that. We'll be early on the
Yeah,
early on the
yeah.
10 year.
Yeah, I lose track of those days, like early
Oh,
2010s.
I mean, we weren't. I mean, we just met in that sense. We weren't
Yeah,
hanging
no.
out or shit like that. That's the other thing.
The old fraternity days. Actually, I was just in a van with a bunch of women soccer athletes, and they were pestering me about what fraternity Mark was all about. And I was like, you guys don't want to know that person.
I mean, he's a good dude in a sense. He was a bigger Beaver fan than he is now. Um,
Oh, he was fun. Don't get me wrong. He was a fun guy. That's what I tell everybody. He was fun, but it's like so I lose track of those time periods, you know.
I, I guess I would like to say I'm one of those lucky people that get to see that mark come out on the very, very few special occasions that it comes out on, like that Fort Collins trip, and then I would say my wedding was another one of those trips where the fun mark came out. Just
Yeah, it's
champagne bottles,
crazy.
man.
Yeah, yeah. It's a crazy Mark. Mark's still fun all the time. It's crazy.
Yeah, just like crazy Matt.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
exactly.
part of the wonder, and that's part of the adventure. It's part of the travel, and I think that's part of it too. Is me and Matt, we've decided also, personally, we're taking that native podcast. We're going to try and take that a little bit slower, just because of what we have rolling out, what's going on there. But that's good shit. Year three, Wandering Ways Network, Wandering Ways podcast. I'm excited. I like chatting about this shit. Like we've been a lot of places. I think it helps. The podcast helps me decide where we want to go to, in that sense, and kind of like not negatively, but it's really helped me like say like, oh, I want to go to Yellowstone this weekend. I want to go do this weekend. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go there, just to like keep me active, keep me going places, checking new things out.
Yeah, it has. It's definitely helped spark the like travel bug or like wanting to go on more longer-esque trips or shorter trips. Um, I mean, there's places we've talked about with it within through the ABCs that like I don't think I would have thought about going there or realistically really knew it was a park.
Right.
And then looking
Right.
up the fun facts about it, I'm like, damn, that actually sounds like it'd be a dope place to go.
Like Big Band, especially like low key. And then I've
Yeah.
started in some of those Facebook groups I'm in. I'm starting to see like people like the last few years talk about Big Band and be like, oh my God, like you need to do this, you need to go here. And like some of the pictures, and you're just like, that's a gem out there.
Hmm. Yeah, I really think Big Bend is for sure. I think Black Canyon of the Gunnison. I
Yeah.
think that's a gem too. So like, and that's when I was like saw it and I was like, where the fuck is that? And then
Right.
so like, I think that's a gem. So I've been fortunate through this to like be able to spark um where I want to go
Ideas.
next.
No,
So
I
and
agree.
then
And I think, well, one thing that I want to ask you, I guess, is coming up. we got the invite. I don't know. I got the phone call from Mr. YOLO himself. Check that interview out. It was on Christmas Day, year one. Bow, bow, bow,
Yeah,
bow. He um, gave us the invite to the weddings. I don't know if you got the one or the two. He's doing a wedding in Nigeria and one in Uganda, and it's happening March
yeah.
next year.
I got you probably can't see it, but I got it. I got the Kampala, Uganda one.
Yeah, he asked me if I wanted to do the Nigeria one too, and I'm on board. That's the week prior.
Oh, it is.
And low key would like to have a travel buddy.
I mean,
Ain't
I
gonna lie.
so it's in March, which typically is not the best time for me. But and I'm not putting any stock in it until it actually becomes real. There is a possibility that my spring really opens up.
Well, we
Like
hope, right?
very, very, very much more so than ever before has will the spring open up. But I'm not, and
That
I'm
has
not
to
putting
do with
stock.
January, right?
No, it has to do with uh there's a lot of moving pieces, and it's one
Yeah.
of those things like I'm not believing it until it's real type deal
Fair,
because
fair.
I've been hosed before, so
No, I feel you 100%. No, that makes sense. But low key, budget wise, I'm like, I'm starting to save. I'm thinking this would be
me
one of
too.
those trips. This is one of those trips that I low key thought I would take out, I think, a personal loan
Oh
for this trip.
shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I do. I mean,
Like,
I don't know. For me, I just don't like doing that in general. So, but
no, I don't. I'm gonna try and save as much as I can, but if it gets down in March, like in March, then or April, then I think I would drop like just to have the cash there. You know what I mean? To be
mhm.
like, nah, dude, like we can book an African hunting trip for $200 right fucking now. We're doing it. You know what I mean? Like some stuff like that.
Yeah,
And I'm not going to hunt the lions and shit because you don't hunt the predators, you hunt the herd animals because that's the meat and you feed the goddamn locals.
yeah. I mean, all's hoping. And I do think actually I'll find out sooner rather than later. By the time this comes out, I think I'll find out in a few weeks
I'm
how
sh-
realistic it is. But this is one I think I would probably go after doing Iceland. This will be, I think, a slower tempo. Um,
Oh, I
I
think
think I'd be
110%.
willing to do, I think I'd be willing to do a bit more.
I think too when he comes out, he said he kind of have like a travel itinerary to help people coming from America there, and the fact that they're having the two way. I I want to. Um, I think I think the best way to travel, looking at the flights and whatnot, is get a flight from Portland to like JFK in New York or one of the New York airports on whatever airline, and
Hmm.
use your miles and shit to get there on like Delta or Alaska, whatever you have. Get there and then book like the international trips from like New York or the larger East Coast cities to like wherever those cities over there. Like I know they go through Dubai a lot when they go home and like other
Yeah.
places like that. So figure that out, and I think that would be better. And like booking kind of one ways in that sense from different airlines.
Yeah, that could be. I mean, I don't know. When it comes to the flight for me, I have a lot of miles. So I may try and just use all of the miles I can to take my ticket price like way down.
No, that's fair too. That's like
So,
if you
because
can.
I have a lot of miles on there.
That's what I mean. Like buy your ticket for sure to like your destination airport, but you're going to be like in Africa and shit, you're going to be flying like Ethiopian Airlines or one like those ones that aren't partnered with, you know what I mean? Like that's like I was looking in Nigeria in those
Yeah.
cities, like there's like certain like I'm like they're not family with Delta. I mean, you can try and find those, but I think those ones are like more expensive. And in reality, like as long as it's not a 737 Boeing Max, I think we're good. Airbus all the way.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely like there's going to be a bit more research on the flights for this one. Um it's not going to be a one way from Portland.
No, that was amazing, dude. I like that's what I mean when like people talk to me about Iceland. I'm like, I'll do it again in a heartbeat. In a
Yeah,
freaking you give like you want to flip the bill, pay the trip, I'll go with you.
right.
I mean, I'll save again. I'll go back again, but I, I feel like Iceland was one of those places I'll go back to. But Africa on the list coming up. So like year three's got some cool shit ahead.
It
But
does. It does.
I think when you think about also what we're changing and implementing is I think the bi-weekly
Yeah,
episodes.
that's actually we haven't acknowledged that. If you paid
Yeah.
attention, you didn't hear our sweet, sweet voices last week.
Yeah.
uh,
That's all right. It happens. We're
well,
busy. We're
I
busy
mean,
guys.
we're transitioning to a bi-weekly, and we just wanted to do it in a surprise kind of fashion, is all.
Well, and like this is your busy time of the year, and I just bought a house and literally spent all last weekend painting it. I spent like 3 days, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like 12 hours a day painting that whole house, which like looks dope. So I like that. And it's nice. And I'm about that kind of shit. I like it. It's fun. And we just got a little busy. And like I'm transitioning. Like look at my wall behind me. Like I don't have my decor. So like I'm not motivated to do the Wandering Ways podcast anymore. Like especially here. Like if anything, I'd want to do it in like Wolf Point where like I've started to like set up kind of what I got going on. I have like some ideas on the walls of like what I want to do in that corner. And I got a brand new couch that is going to be here at the end of the month. Especially like I bought this couch thinking about the podcast. Like it's gonna be the couch. Then I gotta buy a little adapter for the like computer. So that way we can put like a camera and go live like from the camera and kind of
Yeah,
give you the podcast from you can see all of me.
there you go. Yeah, no, I've been trying to figure out a better webcam for myself. Every time I hook my GoPro up, I can get it to work for like a minute and then like the whole Zoom like crashes. So,
I think it's the adapter thing. You might need like that I was reading like it has to deal with like the 4K and 1080p shit quality of Zoom and basically what it does is like it takes that 4K or that higher quality and makes it so that like Zoom can handle it.
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's probably what it is, but I may just get like a cheaper kind of version like webcam just to get something a little bit better but also off, you know.
Yeah, just change it up. Give it a vibe. I feel you.
Yeah, I mean, I already changed up the background.
Yeah, what happened to your puffin?
Well, I moved the table of where I do like the podcast, so it's like in the main room, and
Yeah.
it's because and it's like it's not like the best greatest of layouts in reality, but it's laid out in a way that I can get a lot of work done,
Mm-hmm.
and I have sports on my telly like all the time. Whether it's like honestly a lot different from soccer. I put on beach volleyball, I put on cricket. I just have sports on. And so I don't pay attention a whole lot, but I like it background. So I'll
Yeah,
be
it's like
doing
the
work at
background
the
noise. Yeah.
yeah, I put a on the or I'm working on the laptop here or what here, and then it's like television stuff or the game stuff on over there. So it's
Nice.
a good work layout,
I feel
but
you.
like in the room itself, it's not the greatest. It's not horrible, but it's not the greatest.
You make it work.
Yeah, yeah.
Like my like yeah, kind of my new setup, how I'm thinking of doing it It's like I got a new coffee table and stuff to like set everything on, and then like I have like where I'll be, and like on the couch and like the background and stuff. And I want like straight across, because it's a simple kind of like rectangular room. It's not that big. Put like a small desk on the opposite end, uh, and that's where I'll have my computer and stuff for like work stuff. And then I think I was going mount a TV just straight up from there, so that like it's going to be like above you while you're working, so you're not really going to like look like that, but you, like you're saying, like you have the noise and shit. Like when you have, like I'll put on like the news and stuff and just be like, oh okay, like this was
Hmm.
happening in the world today. And I'll uh I'll do that, and have when I do watch TV and shit, I'll probably be on the couch, and then also there'll be times where I'm sitting on the couch, like on my computer, and different vibes. That house, it's kind of cool. We saved a lot of money from our wedding and stuff. Like we didn't like spend that because we're like, let's wait till we get our first home to like get the Amazon shit that we wanted, like on our like lists and stuff. And
Hmm.
so we started like getting that stuff for that house. So a lot of it's like, what I like is a lot of it has like plugs and shit in it. So like I could literally be in like the guest bedroom and plug in and be able to like do stuff there. So I like that with work. Like I always tell Thea I think I have ADD or something, because I'm always like da, 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 all over the place. And
Oh, for sure you do. Um, but yeah, the other kind of perk of doing this, we're in day or year three, we're in day three, we're in year three of this, is all of the people we've talked to. Um, I ain't gonna lie, there are some people I'm like, why the fuck did, like, how the hell did we get them? uh, and then there's ones where I'm like, okay, like, we did that one. So,
um
uh, but
I like that. I like reminiscing on that, because like when I go to like amazing, it's like I'm really thankful for American Prairie Reserve and that interview there. Um, that to me, it feels like we're doing something as a podcast when you get those kind of interviews. Um, but at the same time, too, I think, I get what you're saying too, where it's like, oh, like are not like some of our not so great interviews. I like to go to the Big Red Eye.
yeah,
Um, and he was a good dude. Don't get me wrong. I still follow him on Instagram. He's doing his Bigfoot research and digging around, but it's just like sometimes it's really, you guys interviewed that, and I don't know. People are people at the end of the day. So I kind of look at it as like, here's some people we've come across in our life, and we want to share what we've come across and what we want, what's good with the world. And it's kind of fun. Some of these interviews, like we've had some really good friends like Alexander and like Sunny
yeah.
early on. I know Squatch. I know he listens in. He's a cool dude. Um,
Mm,
they got a lot going on. Him, Hans, and Rick.
yep,
Definitely check out
those
those
guys are
episodes.
great. We've had, I mean, we for the most part, we've had really great guests on the podcast. So like can't complain a whole lot in that department. I mean, um American Prairie Reserve was a fun one. Vicky was a fun one.
Yeah.
Uh the whole living on a yacht in the Caribbean,
Oh
or not,
yeah.
was
Yeah.
it the Caribbean or
That whole area. Yeah, like Bahamas,
yeah,
Caribbean, all that kind of, yeah.
yeah.
The
It might
Gulf.
have been, yeah, somewhere. I can't remember where it was, but yeah, she had a really cool story. I, I mean, really not a whole lot of complaints. And it's been fun because you meet and talk to so many different people that, it's like, I think that's one of the more enjoyable. It's tough to get guests with busy schedules, um, especially when you
Yes.
have three busy schedules to deal with. Um, but all in all, it's been a lot of fun to talk to these guests, learn things, and just hear about rad shit people do. Whether it's the Continental Divide, living in a yacht, buying up
Mhm.
land to preserve it, going on Bigfoot expeditions. Like they're all really kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, and that it just shows you that like there's people out there doing what they love, and it's like you might not love what you're doing now, but if you're working at trying to get there, that it's possible and you can go do it, you know. And I think that's you hear that too, you know, you hear the people who are jumping from park to park to find their park, or the people who have found their park.
Yeah, that. And I mean, like, when you talk about travel,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I enjoy talking about travel, whether it's the travels I've been on or other travels that people have gone on. You know, I've a lot of the athletes I work with, a lot of them have like studied abroad for like a
Right.
term, and that's always fun to hear because you hear how they travel when they're abroad, or you hear the stories of how they're living. I mean, for shoot, uh, haven't talked to him in a while, but your brother Tyler, he just got back from living in Australia, so that's going to be an
That might
absolute.
be a that might be a quality interview for the Wandering Ways podcast for year 3.
Yeah, there you go, there you
You
go.
know.
So it's a lot of fun. It makes me want to travel more. Um, That also makes me want to work on my foreign language a
Yeah.
lot more, which, well, for sure. I've really cranked up the old French and trying to speak French a little bit
Yeah.
better. I can speak a little bit of Spanish only in the clinic when I'm at work.
Right.
Like I can ask you in Spanish, ¿Cómo se siente? How are you feeling? Se
Yep.
siente mejor? Are you feeling better? And
Right.
¿Dónde te duele? Where does it hurt?
Oh, there you
So,
go. That's what you need
yeah.
to know. It
Yeah,
helps.
whereas French, I could probably get a little bit more conversational.
Well, there you go. I mean, those are for soccer, especially. I know you like soccer and you're trying to work in the
Yeah,
soccer industry. Like those languages right there are
yeah,
crucial for your job. Those three: English,
but it's
French,
huge
Spanish.
traveling. It's huge
Hmm.
traveling when you can talk to other people in multiple languages. You open up to meet. You can meet more people. You can help travelers when they come here. Help them around. So that's the main reason, like, it's French especially, it's just to open the door when you do travel to so many more
Oh yeah.
opportunities. Because spark up a conversation in French, and all of a sudden, uh, they're taking you to this spot because they just want to
Right.
take you.
Well, and I think part of it, like you're saying, that's exactly it. And we don't think about these things, but like Eskimos, right? The Eskimo language is they have like 90 words for snow or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just describing the type of snow, what kind of snow, how the snow's feeling, all different kind of things like that. Whereas, like when we just refer to snow in the English language, we say snow, or we call it wet snow, or we call it dry snow, or it's a crunchy snow. Like we
Mhm.
give it that explanation word. And we understand that just the same way. Like when you ask me, "Hey, how are you doing?" and I answer you like, "I'm fine, bro," or "I'm good," or "Hey, I'm doing great." Like, how are you? Like, you totally get different vibes versus just kind of like hola, ¿cómo estás? You're like, muy bien, like I'm good,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
good. Like it's more than just that, because if you're able to speak that language, like you're saying, you're able to open up more doors, and it's like, oh, like you understand me, like you're about it.
Yeah, it's you can connect with more people when you have that, and you connect in a different way. You can
Right.
still connect with someone if there's big language barrier, but when you're able to communicate effectively, um, you know, they warm up to you, you warm up to them, you become so
Mm-hmm.
much more friendly, um, that it's not just a moment with a person. Like who knows where that goes? That could turn into, you're all of a sudden you're like, listen, I got my buddy in Budapest, and when I was traveling in Budapest, I sparked up a conversation with this guy, and now him and I are uh,
Yeah.
pen pals, and we just stay in touch.
Exactly. Exactly. That's how it works. And we didn't get any Icelandic people on that. We tried.
Yeah,
but
it's tough language.
failed. Tough language. It really is.
Yeah,
But they understand English pretty well, and it's just funny. It is funny too because even Tyler talking to him about Australia and just how the hate on Americans just is internationally. And then like I love like
yeah,
my dad had a like he got it too, and he when he went there and he was just like, yeah, but like here they are trying to copy our music, do this, do that, that be American basically, follow American pop culture, and it's like, but yeah, you hate us.
yeah. It's a delicate little balance. You know,
Right.
Americans are. I mean, we are not the best,
No, no, we're
but
not. And it's known and I like it.
yeah, yeah, for sure. I had something I wanted to bring up, and I totally blanked on it. My mind went. I had something.
Oh
Um,
no.
I know
That's what
it's truly unfortunate. It was just going to be a little. Oh, no, I remember now. It was about
good.
Iceland because
Oh yeah.
Instagram's been blown up, and it is September, and we learned about it when we were over there. But it's the
Oh
sheep
yeah.
herder or gathering time, and to see the videos of how that works, it's kind of wild.
It really honestly like it, have you ever seen a cattle drive?
I've never seen one like live.
I living in Montana, I've been fortunate to see a few. Nothing huge. I think when you think about Iceland and all the sheep, I low key I think like it is huge. Like
Yeah,
it is like when you hear those like they took 800 longhorn from Texas to Billings or whatever, like you get like those stories. I think it's like yeah, that's more like these sheep because they're marching them like they were everywhere.
yeah,
Everywhere. Like who's to say like I like honestly put some fucking GPS collars on some of those sheep to say like, oh, like this one travels 89 kilometers a day. And you're like, what the fuck, Calvin? That's the sheep's name.
yeah. No, for sure. It's the videos have been wild, like how they one gather them, then how they sort them, and then just how they get them back to their farm.
Yeah. No, but we saw on that Drummond Road one time in the fall. We got stuck behind a cattle drive one time. They were just on their horses and like ATVs and have the dogs like rounding up the cattle, just using the road as a way to move them from one field to the next. But yeah,
Yeah,
no, I
I
think the
definitely,
sorting,
yeah, I think the cattle drive's probably the closest thing we have to like that.
that's cool though. I mean, what do you see the videos like those little sorting machine? Because we saw the one sorting machine in that like touristy area,
Yeah,
but
no, we totally 100%.
well,
Like,
so that one farm when we drove up the first night up that like to find that one waterfall we never found, that had that like it looked like an airport kind of tower.
mhm.
That was a total sheep sorting tower because I one of the videos they're like up there in one of those.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So I bet you that's a sheep sorting center.
Yeah, I mean, I remember seeing some of the like fenced in areas that have like the
Mhm.
different like the
Yeah.
circles open, but then like the outside are different compartments, so it looks kind
Hmm.
of like this weird wheel. Like I
Yep.
remember seeing a lot of those and like watching the
Yeah.
video, you're like, oh yeah, that's exactly kind of what I thought it was going to be used for.
And it makes sense. Like it totally makes sense. Like now, like, oh, okay, yeah, like you don't know which sheep is yours. Like, I
Hmm.
mean, you do, but like not when they're hanging out because they like hang out. But like you also know like that's a smart thing to do because that's good for the population of the sheep because they're intermingling with one another.
In need of LED lights for your vehicle? Look no further than our friends at Oxteo, keeping our vehicles well lit while on the road while looking for Bigfoot. Make sure to use code RUGARU, RUGARU, on your next set of LED lights. The Wild West is full of dangers, from snakes to bears. The outdoorsman must be prepared. That is why when you experience rivers like the San Juan or the Yellowstone, you must bring a blue ribbon net. Handcrafted and biodegradable, these classic wooden fishing nets are all you need while on the river. Make sure to use code RUGAROO10 when checking out at Blue Ribbon Nets. Again, the code is RUGAROO10. RUGARU10.
All right, and I think the sheep herding is a good time to segue into my favorite segment. Going on, haven't been doing it for the full 3 years, but we've been doing it for over two now. Cool shit in nature. Um, and the one I'm going to start off with, it's exactly what you think, everybody. We're going to watch a sheep herding video.
Yes, I was kind of hoping, not gonna lie. NGL. Oh, good.
Yeah, yeah. This one comes from the Iceland Instagram page, so you know it's legit here. But it's wild. As you watch this, you see the massive amounts of sheep move.
I'm just holding up the traffic.
Oh yeah.
That's that Cayenne Sioux or Cayenne Sioux. Cayenne Sioux, I think so. Yeah, there's like
Yeah,
they show out, yeah, outnumbers the people. Just like cows in Montana, outnumbers the people.
it really is. And it's kind of wild to just look at.
I like
But
that where it's
yeah,
like, oh look, here's like most of yours. Oh
yeah,
look, we got
right.
one of Edgar's. That one just had one in it. Like, oh fucking this one again.
But moving on to the next cool shit in nature. I do have the two cool shit in natures that I normally have. I just wanted that one specifically.
Oh, I like
Uh
it.
yeah, but this
Oh,
one's wild. I mean, it's two bull mooses fighting.
I like that. That's good. They give no cares, man. They're gonna go at it. They don't care what's around them. They want the honeys. Oh, right in that
Yeah.
guy's truck.
Yeah.
He's stuck.
Oh,
Oh, let him get out of there. Hold on. He's like, fuck. Hold on. Let me. All right, just back out. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Let me reset.
I mean, it's wild. This would be wild to see.
Yeah, I've only seen deer lock antlers, and it's really not as aggressive as this. Even like because deer, like mule deer, will lock antlers and just kind of
Yeah.
twist each other and kind of get more who's stronger in that sense. But like this, they kind of get into the ramming. I guess I've seen rams like practice ram each other, not like actual like in rut.
Mhm. I've
But
seen I've seen elk lock horns,
yeah,
which is it's very similar to deer in reality.
mhm.
Um, but no, that one's wild to see. This next one might be one of the coolest things I've found when it comes to cool shit in nature. Um, so for the people that are just listening, this is what's called a skylight. And what it is it's an opening to a lava tube where the like the outer shell so the lava is like kind of deep in there, so it's like a skylight to a room, but it's a skylight into a lava tube with all the lava, and it just looks wild.
Well, it makes sense too that we don't really see them that often, and when we do see them, like you got to get a drone shot like this clearly on it because of the fact that like that's fragile ass ground right there, man. That lava can just chip and fall right into that magma down below that like
Yeah,
harder stuff. It's really cool to see though. Really, I mean, that's wonderful.
yeah, it's really cool. This is yeah, that the lava, the dried lava that is on top there, that is super fragile. um I mean, we know exactly because when we were in Iceland, we saw how fragile that lava was.
Well, and that one's older essentially. You know, that's fresh stuff right there, probably. And
Yeah,
that's what
that
probably
was
makes
gotta
it.
be fresh.
And that's what probably makes it kind of rare in that sense too, is the fact that like it probably happens when they're fresh.
Yeah, for sure. Although right now it's probably not rare. Everything's
Bro.
blown up. Volcano
Right.
wise, Iceland's going, Hawaii's going, everything's freaking on lava, lava, lava right now.
I know. I need to go see it. I want to see it firsthand, lava firsthand, magma firsthand. It's kind of one of those things.
I do too. I think it'd be really cool. I mean, we've gone to two really cool volcanoes, and both times, as soon as we leave, it erupts. So
It's wild.
yeah, so I don't know which volcano should we go to next, so that way it can erupt when we leave. What's in
Let's look up
Africa?
Africa. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. What active volcanoes in Africa? That's how we
Yeah.
know. Third, what they say, third time's the charm.
Yeah, hopefully. No, lava would be pretty wild to to see firsthand.
Nothing too.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there would be much in Africa right now.
They're extinct,
Yeah, that's old land right there. Africa's
basically.
pretty like
The
uh
homeland,
yeah, depending on who you talk to.
right? I mean, science.
I mean in the scientific community, there's a couple different arguments, but Africa is I think one of the main theories. It's one of the earliest
I mean,
areas
it's
of
based.
human-esque life, humanoid life.
Yeah, well, they are. I mean, you're not like, yeah, but like, I think that's what like the most science and proof and evidence is supporting. Support as of right now, shit changes all the time. But even, I mean, arguably, even like if you want to say like the Middle East and stuff, where like Jesus, like Palestine, Jerusalem, and those places, like if that's even like that's close to Africa where that would come out of, you know what I mean? Um,
Yeah,
I mean, there's 100 active volcanoes in Africa, so
surely one.
surely one's gonna erupt when we
Yeah,
get to oh right here. Here we go. Here we go.
bingo.
Mount Naira Gongo. YOLO, please, if you're listening, which I know you're not. Pronounce that for me. One of Africa's most active volcanoes, Uganda Safaris. We can go on a tour.
There we go.
We gotta just go
There we
touch it.
go.
We just gotta go touch it,
Yeah,
and then in about a month it'll blow up.
exactly. Yeah, that's the kick, was we have to touch it once we touch it, because
Yeah,
both volcanoes we've touched, and then they've erupted. So that's
exactly.
what I guess that's what we're doing. We're gonna go to Africa and touch a volcano. So stay tuned, Uganda. You're gonna have a volcano erupting soon.
Yeah, just be warned if you're in the surrounding areas, might
Yeah.
happen. We'll be there about
I'm just
March,
gonna
so
I'm gonna put the date out now, April 11th.
yeah, April to about August. Be on warning.
Yeah, yeah. Exactly.
I'm all for it though. I'm all for it. Um, I like it. I mean, St. Helens. Maybe we gotta go to St. Helens. I mean, you've been to St. Helens, but
I've
maybe
been to the
we.
top.
Yeah, I know, but maybe we've got to go to St. Helens. That's the
Yeah.
kicker.
I would go back. I would climb the summit of St. Helens again.
You say
Um,
it's not that bad. Of like it's like a good day hike kind of thing.
I mean, it's a tiring day hike,
Yeah,
but I mean, in terms of it, you don't need technical equipment.
yeah,
It's 6 miles up, 6 miles down.
nice. That's what
So
like
it's a
yeah,
12-mile day, which, it's doable.
it's long.
Um,
It's long when
yeah.
you're in hiking terms in that sense. Like, yeah. I mean, I'll do it. Let's do it. Like, cool. Sign me up.
Yeah. That I would do that. Mount Adams. Mount Adams would be a fun
Yeah.
one to climb. Which is close to St. Helens. Which is fun. I might actually be going up to the Olympic Peninsula in December.
Oh yeah. For
Yeah.
your Christmas family trip.
Yeah, the family. I was just talking to my sister. She wants to go to the Olympic Peninsula. And so I was like, say less. Let's go.
Does she listen to the Wandering Ways podcast and like get her wonderful tips from you and just be like God damn, you went to Yellowstone, had a blast. Oh, we're gonna go Yellowstone. Like Olympic Peninsula had a blast. We're gonna go. Like, I'm all for it.
Yeah. No, she calls me. She doesn't listen. She calls me and goes, "I know you've been here, so what's up with it?"
No, Olympic's a good one. I like that's where I told my family to come up during the Sasquatch Festival, and it's some cool shit.
Yeah, it is. And I'm kind of dying to go back, so
Yeah, it's a
it'll
good read.
be
That'll be a good time.
yeah,
Can you
it'll be
climb and
good.
stuff around there around that time?
I don't know if you might be able to clam up there.
I don't
I'm
know.
sure we'll have oysters because I
Oysters,
mean
yeah.
you can buy those all over
Yeah.
that over there. So I think one of the days we're gonna take the ferry to Victoria, Canada.
Oh,
Um,
that would be cool.
yeah, just walk on, go over
Yeah.
for the day type deal.
Right. Do the like check it out. Have a good time.
Yeah,
Come back.
which would be blast because Victoria is like my favorite city in the world that I've been to.
And then oh, that's a good one. I mean, I've never been there, but when you say favorite city in the world, like I think that, think of top fives, which definitely love our top fives. We need to do top five, like our favorite, like tourist, or did we already do that? Our tourist towns, or our favorite places to go, our favorite cities to go. I think we've done
We do have cities, I believe.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean it's a good one. Victoria is really good. I heard Zurich, Switzerland is a really cool city. Um,
I've heard good things
from
about that too. Yeah.
yeah, Switzerland
To-
would be a fun country to go to.
Tokyo, Japan. Yeah, we've talked about that. I think for
Oh,
sure.
Tokyo, Japan would be that'd be a really cool city to go to.
You went to
That'd be a
Paris, which
wild city just because it's so bustling.
I would like to go to Istanbul,
Yeah,
Morocco.
that'd be cool.
Colton's going down to Egypt.
That would be Egypt would be cool. I have one of my men's soccer athletes. He's from Argentina, and he is telling me that the place to go right now, or the time to go, is right now to Argentina because the US dollar goes a long ways right now. And he
Oh, really?
says the people of Argentina are amazing. Now he's biased, obviously, but I'm
Right,
gonna have to agree that Argentinian people are pretty nice. That I've met has been.
right. Well, and you hear good things.
Hmm.
Really? We need
Yeah,
to.
so there's just too many gosh darn places I want to travel.
Yeah, we need to make bank on the Wandering Ways podcast so that way we could pay for it. So, guys,
Yeah,
tell
so
your
please
friends.
donate below. Hit the link below and
Yeah,
donate to our cause so that way we can go.
tell your friends. Tell them to just tune in. Give us 5 stars. Like, honestly, it takes you 2 seconds to give us 5 stars, and it goes a long way. So please do it.
Yeah, yeah, please, please, please. But no, actually, that's not a bad segue into the final words because we're starting to get to that time. So, anyways, final words, my guy.
It's been 3 years. This is the 3-year celebration, 100. So, we just talk to talk, have a good time, which I think is a good time. And we're getting ready for a good 2023, 2024 season here, which I'm excited for. I'm excited for what we have in store. There's getting some things laid out. Like we said, we hinted at Africa in that sense of the fact that that trip's coming, and I'm excited for it. We've got to make it happen, for sure. There's a lot more to the just bi-weekly episodes. I think that's going to bring better content, better quality content, once we could sit down and do some research and not just say, oh, we need to get an episode out this week. I think we'll have time. So I'm excited for that, especially for you, the Wanderers, because you guys deserve it. You guys have hung in there with us for about 3 years now. So we appreciate it and really thank you for that. All right, that's it.
Love it. The Reverend's final words of wisdom. Stay beautiful, everybody. Can't tell you how much I appreciate every single one of you for sticking around, listening to the whole episode, all that fun stuff. Like, subscribe, hit the 5-star review. We really appreciate it. Moving on into year 3, hopefully more good stuff. I'm excited for the bi-weekly. I think it'll be a nice little switch up. You guys are still getting great content, still getting great episodes. I just think they're going to be even better when you only have to deal with this every other week. But our voices are not leaving, everybody. You get to hear the sweet, sweet voices of Mark and Zach for at least the time being. So, but with that being said, peace out, everybody.
Bye.